We've obtained permission from the tenant to give us access to the Talpiot apartment we pinpointed in the blueprints.
Okay, I can't believe anybody would live over Zoom anyways.
I don't know where it is.
We've only been given 2 days.
It's over here.
Come on. This is it. This is it. Yeah, this is it. Listen, we need a tape measure. That one. This is the real thing going on. Look at this. We're at 7 feet, 8 feet. Some resistance, but that's not the bottom. There's more.
What's blocking it?
This isn't a dummy pipe.
Bill Tarrant is our expert with probe and remote-operated cameras. Even if the access hole is as small as 1/4 of an inch, Bill can get a camera inside. This is the video probe. Very light, and you see your face in it. Look at how clear that is. See, the camera's in the tip, the light's in the tip.
Yeah.
We're gonna see wherever this camera's pointed. That's what we're gonna see. What can it do? It's articulating. It'll move in all directions. Yeah. That'll be able to keep us in the center of the pipe so that we can actually look and see what we're doing. Okay?
Very good.
So I'm gonna center it, and I'm gonna insert it into the pipe.
Okay. Okay.
Paper's rolling.
Let me take a look, so I'll watch it with you. I'll move the camera as we go down. Try to keep it in the center. See how we're going down? It's still pretty clean, and we're moving down. We're down about 10 feet.
No debris. What's that color change?
It's changing color because it looks like they use different color pipes when they put this thing in.
I see something.
Not good. Not good. See that there? It looks like some sticks.
I see plastic and I see some
It's not good.
wooden pieces, some debris or something.
You know what? This is a pretty serious blockage you got here.
This is not good.
No.
I think people are reluctant to think that you could come upon the Jesus family tomb. And yet, there's Caiaphas, the priest who had Jesus crucified. His tomb was found by a bulldozer south of Jerusalem a few years ago.
In December of 1990, construction workers uncovered an ancient burial cave from the 1st century. Inside, there were 12 ossuaries. 2 of them bore the name Caiaphas. This one, the most ornate ossuary, has the inscription, Joseph, son of Caiaphas, carved into it twice. Joseph, son of Caiaphas, was the high priest of the temple, who, according to the Gospels, prosecuted Jesus. From his point of view, Jesus was a dangerous false Messiah who was leading the Jewish masses into a confrontation with Israel's rulers in Rome.
It seems to me there's a double standard. You said that Caiaphas is, in all probability, the high priest who prosecuted Jesus according to the Gospels. Whereas this entire cluster is dismissed, well, these are just common Jewish names. I mean, how are you so convinced that this is the Caiaphas?
You find more ossuaries in that same tomb, less fancy, with the name Caiaphas, not Joseph, son of Caiaphas, but with the name Caiaphas on it.
A fancy decoration convinces you that this is the Caiaphas?
Caiaphas is not that common name. It's not as common name as Jesus, Joseph, John, or Mary. It is a rare name. It's a name that we know from both Jewish sources and from the New Testament. And it is good in dating and timing for that period, and it could be that one. The fact is that we have never found anywhere else an ossuary with the name Joseph, son of Caiaphas, anywhere else.
On the other hand, you have a whole bunch of unique things. Yosa, which you find in this tomb, appears once, period, out of all the thousands of ossuaries that have been found. Yet nobody says, in all probability, it's probably the brother of Jesus of Nazareth. Nobody does that.
The fact that the probabilities in Caiaphas are very high does not say in all certainty that this is the one. There was no inscription inside saying, I have crucified Jesus. We don't know for 100%. We never know for 100% in archaeology.
But the experts do seem 100% comfortable connecting some ossuaries directly to famous names in the Gospels, as long as they steer clear of any archaeology connected to the Jesus family.
You know, we're at the point now, I think we got to call on a plumber.
We're gonna break into the tomb with a plumber.
You got a better idea?
Itai! Yeah. We need a plumber.
No, nobody will come now. It's almost 9 p.m.
So call him now and bring him tomorrow.
This is crazy.
Start with the plumber. What else we got to do?
Over 25 years ago, archaeologists discovered 4 ossuaries linked to Jesus and his family. Then, on a 5th ossuary, they uncovered another inscription. The inscription has 2 parts. The second part reads Mara, while the first part is a diminutive of Mariamne. And although no one had ever seen this name on an ossuary, it was translated as just another version of Mary. Mary, also known as Mara. But would it make sense to find in the Jesus family tomb 2 ossuaries with the name Mary? First, Maria, the name used in the Gospels to refer to the Virgin Mother. And the second, a unique spelling of both Mary and the name Mara. It might make sense if the second Mary, this Mariamne, was Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene comes down to us in the New Testament as not just a name, but a name and title. According to scholars, she is Mary from Magdala, Mary Magdalene. Magdala was an important trade center close to the Sea of Galilee. The people from Magdala would have spoken Greek as well as Aramaic. Christian traditions suggest that Mary Magdalene and her brother Philip were preachers to the Greek-speaking Jews. And it's quite likely that Mary Magdalene's family and followers would have written her name in Greek. The Mariamne ossuary is the only one found in the Talpiot tomb with a Greek inscription.
Let's say in this very tomb of Talpiot, the second Mary was clearly identifiable as Mary Magdalene, let's say.
Right.
What would be your reaction then inside this cluster?
It would be fascinating and certainly draw much more attention and raise many more questions, but it isn't. We don't have Mary of Magdala in that tomb.
If one of the ossuaries had said Mary Magdalene, I would say wow, and I would be a lot more impressed.
If it will be written Maria coming from Migdal or Maria Magdalena, I would say very interesting.
If the Mariamne inscription could be connected to Mary Magdalene, it would be more than interesting. It would be statistically compelling, because we could create a combined probability equation for the Talpiot cluster that includes Mariamne.
What happens when you do that is that the individual probability factors, even though they're not terribly small in any one particular case, when you multiply them all together, it actually starts to build up a picture that the overall thing that you've seen is actually a very rare event.